What is up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with another quick video. Today we're going to take a look at a couple products from 3flow9 RC. So these are made for the SCX24. You can see this nice brass diff cover with this Delrin skid on it, just enough to kind of glance you off of the rocks. It's made to work in conjunction with this steering link. So you'll see here, when you put this up with that link, what you bounce off with this, you're going to roll into these bearings and just roll right up. So you guys know I don't care too much about the SCX24 axles, so I made this fit the FCX24. So all I did was changed out the rod ends that comes on it. This is the upper link that came with it, but you can see it comes with these really nice rod ends here. Took those off each end. Use some of these, I'll link in the description. Basically, I cut this just a little bit, like right about halfway between this line and the end. Cut it off just to fit on there. You can see this one, I could probably use another little O-ring there. They have these O-rings on them, stock, and I've got a little gap where you can see the thread there, so we may fill that in. But overall, it fit up pretty well. I did make this upper link out of some Gladiator Injora links. This was just one of the short uppers, and I put these rod ends on the end of those as well, and just ran a long screw through it. So you will also need a set of these M2 screws. I think I used the 16 or 20 for this one, I can't remember, and like the 8 or 10 for that one. But honestly, if you don't have this kit, I would just get one of these if you're doing much modding on the FCX. It is great to have around, so I'll link that in the description as well. I think this is a pretty cool idea, you know, because I don't hit the steering links a lot, but when you do, it seems like most of the time it's coming downhill for me. Usually you can kind of pick that line and go around it, but sometimes you're going to catch something there, and this is just going to kind of roll right off of it. So definitely coming downhill, it's going to be handy, I think, because you catch and boom, you just roll off of it. Maybe we'll make a little skid here for the diff. Maybe they'll start making something soon for the FCX24, hint hint. I was a little skeptical at first because these are like 5mm bearings. Your normal steering link is like 2.7. The aluminum ones on the SCX24, you can see here. So you're thinner. You can see how much thicker this ball bearing setup is, but it doesn't take up that much more room. And when you need it, it's going to be handy, I think. So, I mean, you can see I've had these links for a very long time, and there's not even any scratches on them. You guys have seen this truck run. There's a few scratches there, but I don't catch them often. But when you do need them, it's going to be sweet. So we're going to check this dude out, see if we can intentionally run into some stuff again, and just see how they work. Definitely a cool idea. Something you could really make on your own fairly easy. This was like 30 bucks or 35, a little pricey, especially doing what I'm doing with it. All right, so you guys know, if you watched my dollar skid mod video, really one of the only places I ever hit my steering is a little bit right here. It's kind of hard to get it on video. And this having the big bumper on it, we hit the bumper and not the steering link, of course, but you get the idea. Let's go try it outside. So I took this thing out on the rock pile, ran 2 or 3 packs through it, and just really trying to take the worst line possible and catch these links. And I think they may have caught a little bit there, but honestly, I was hanging up like the diff and the skid there, and just really didn't catch these links on much. And for that reason alone, for me, it's just not something that I'm going to put on every single truck. Now, I could see me maybe putting it on 1 or 2 comp style rigs, you know, and they would come in handy in certain situations. But for me, it's not worth the price difference going from a $10 to $15 aluminum steering link to pay basically 3 times the price for this. Now, you don't get any adjustability with those other links. This is, as far as I know, the only one that you can buy. I've made several that you can adjust your toe in and toe out, but as far as just buying one, this is the only one I know of. So if that's super important to you, then it's definitely the way to go. These are built very well. They're strong, super clean, nice quality. So it is a really good link. It's just, is it worth it to you? You know, you'll see I catch them right here some, and I feel like it really does what it's supposed to right there. I still kind of wiggle my tires to make it work. And then the second spot where it catches there, I don't even think a flat link would have caught there. So that's kind of where, like, increasing the diameter with those bearings, you're going to catch a little more actually, but I still really didn't even catch them much. So for me, in my driving, where I normally crawl with these trucks, I'm just not going to use it a whole lot. So I always just try to look at, is it worth that price to me personally, and, you know, base my decision on that. And for me alone, it's just not something I'm going to put on every truck. That doesn't mean it's not great, and it's not possibly even the best, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, do you want to spend the money for a FuryTech system in every truck, or you just want to have one or two that are like your super expensive decked out trucks, and then kind of get by with the others, if you know what I mean? So these are a really good link. They have the 5mm bearing, which is what I'm running here, and they also have a 6mm bearing, so you can get a little bit bigger, a little more weight. And then they make them for the Super 8 axles as well. So lots of options, and it's a great idea. So definitely check them out. Especially if you're one of those people looking for every bit of performance you can get out of your rig. You know, every slight advantage you can get. These are definitely worth checking out. All right, guys, so just to show, this is not what this link was designed for. It's on the FCX24 with the portal axles, which gives it more clearance anyways. But, you know, the SCX24 axle, you can see there, the steering link actually sits a little higher on it anyways. And you guys have seen this one go through the rock course back there. And I just don't really hit these steering links enough that I can justify spending the money on this. Now, if you're upgrading from stock, I would definitely go this route. Why not? You know, you're going to get that added benefit when you need it. It's just the issue that it's not needed very often. So it just depends how much it's worth to you to have that slight advantage. You know, we all want that little bit of an advantage. So for $35 for this steering link setup, now that's your upper and lower here. So you can upgrade your steering, spend a little bit more than the other brands, and get a slight advantage when needed. For me, I found that the diff cover is probably going to be more impressive for me, because you can see this truck here, I was trying to hit these, and there's not any scratches on them really. And I was hitting the diff a lot. It's all about the application and what it's worth to you. Honestly, great idea. Not something that I need for every truck. We'll put it that way. If I'm just trying to upgrade, like I said, definitely just go that route. You know, if you got a little extra money, it's not going to hurt to have that slight advantage. But if you already have a set of an aluminum, I just don't see where it's a necessary upgrade. So you guys let me know what you think. Maybe I'll try to get another one, put on an SCX24 and actually use it like it's supposed to be, and we'll see how it goes. It's just one of those things. It's like a very, very slight chance that you need it. So is it worth the money? You got to judge that. All right, you guys let me know what you think. Sorry I didn't get more running. I think you may have heard the thunder rolling in. Constant storms and rains around here. The creeks are flooded and everything, and I just don't have a real good spot to get out and test right now quickly. So kind of doing what I can with this stuff. Normally I'm not trying to just drag the front end on everything. So I have some decent crawling, but not much around here working for that. So we will try to test this some more when we can get in a good spot with this truck. And like I said, maybe I'll pick up another one for one of the SCX24s and we can really put it to use how it's supposed to be used. For now, I'm gonna leave it like it is. So you guys let me know what you think of it. Super cool idea. Go check them out, 3flow9 RC. I appreciate everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell. Peace.